My dear brothers and sisters, welcome to our today's reflection as we celebrate today the fifth Sunday in Ordinary Time, Year A. Our first reading is taken from the book of Prophet Isaiah chapter 58 verses 7 to 10. We meditate the Psalm 112 verse 4 to 9. Our second reading is from the first letter of St. Paul to the Corinthians chapter 2 verse 1 to 5. And our gospel is the gospel according to Matthew chapter 5 verse 13 to 16. The liturgy of the word of the celebration of today invites us to be the salt and light of the world. And as Jesus continues his sermon on the mountain, he invites his disciples to be salt and light of the world. When we look in the Old Testament to understand the use of the salt, as we see Jesus himself telling us in the gospel of today, that salt is used to give a flavor to the food, as we read from the book of Job chapter 6 verse 6. That same salt is used for liturgical performances. It's used for the presentation of the sacrifice in the temple, as we read in the book of Leviticus chapter 2 verse 13. Then when we look at the importance of the salt in our today's life, we might not see it well. But when Jesus used this example, because at that time the salt was a precious element and it was not accessible to everybody in the society. Today, with the development, with technology, all of us, we have salt and we don't see anymore the importance of it. But at that time of Jesus, salt was a precious element in the life of the society. These disciples are called to give a new flavor to the society in which he sends them. My dear brother, my dear sister, as the disciples of Christ, we are also invited to give a new flavor to the society in which we are living. Are you a salt? What is the new flavor you are adding to the society today? Being salt in the world or in the society is bringing justice, bringing love, as we read from the book of Isaiah chapter 58 verse 7 to 10. That's our first reading of today. Are you bringing peace in the society? Are you bringing love in the society? It is only a person of justice who is able to break the darkness in the society. And by breaking the darkness in the society, we bring a new flavor. And that new flavor comes from Jesus. And that's the Jesus St. Paul preaches to the people of Corinth, as we read in the second reading of today. When we look at the second element of our gospel of today, we are called to be the light of the society. How can somebody be a light of the society? When we look at the rosary, there are some rosaries, when you leave them close to the light and you switch off light, then you can see that these rosary are shining in the darkness. Why? Because they absorbed the light. We as the disciples of Christ, we need to absorb that light from Jesus, because he himself, he tells us in the gospel according to John chapter 8 verse 12 that I am the light of the world. And if we are his disciples, we are supposed to absorb that light from him and shine it in the society where we are living. It is only when we do that we'll be able to join the psalmists and sing and proclaim justice in the society. We cannot give what we don't have. If we don't have light, we cannot give that light to the society. If we don't have Christ, we cannot give Christ to other people. St. Paul had Christ. That's why he was able to preach that crucified Christ to the people of Corinth. Dear brothers and sisters, may this celebration of today be an opportunity for us to grow in our life as disciples of Christ, to grow in our life as children of God, and learn to be light and salt wherever we find ourselves. I wish you a blessed and fruitful week.